Oh, yo, 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 yo. Good morning, good morning, good morning. That's right, we're diving right in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Monday, October 6th, 2025. That's right, today is Monday, October 6th. 2025. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Monday, October 6th, 2025. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most, of this absolutely incredible, yeah, I said it, incredible day. So get on in here. Got an incredible episode for you today. We're going to talk about the fall. I just dropped my pencil. My remarkable, which, by the way, dude, if you don't have a remarkable, like if you can afford a remarkable, it'll change your life, dude. The remarkable will change your life. I know it did mine. That's right. And if anybody knows anybody at Remarkable, and they're looking for a great spokesperson, I'm the one. I'm the one. Like Neo said in The Matrix, I'm the one. For real. We're going to talk about the fall and the pride that cometh before it, right? With the iths. I'm not real sure what the iths were of the time, but the pride that cometh before it. We're going to talk about that a little bit today as well. But we've got an awesome new series kicking off this week. I'm glad you're here. If this is your first time here, my name is Glenn Lundy. Pleasure to meet you. I'm a husband to one, a father to 9. I'm also the host of this show, #RiseAndGrind Daily Morning Show, bringing you motivation, education, and inspiration Monday through Friday, 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Let's dive in.
Good morning and welcome to #Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to 1, a father to 8. And the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Hey, can I get a new intro, please? You know, Brandon, my boy, we've been together for 15, 16, 17 years now. I mean, can I get a new intro, bro? I got 9 kids now. Can I get a new intro? I know it's hard to keep up. I know we've had to do new intro after new intro after new intro after new intro after new intro. I get it, right? It's a lot of kids. I get it. But we need a new we gotta get this thing current, man. We need a new intro. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? Today is Monday, October 6, 2025, and what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Monday, October 6th, 2025, so I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most, of this incredible, incredible day. I'm coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky. That's right, Lexington, Kentucky. That's where it happens, man, the home of horse racing. Hi, Sarah Taco Ball. You have an amazing, marvelous Monday, too. Coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky, with only 86 days left in the year. I don't know if you knew this or not, but there's only 86 days left until 2026. That's it. 86 days to finish 2025 strong. 86 days to propel yourself into 2026. And we've actually been doing a 90-day #unrecognizable challenge. Many of you are participating in that. Go ahead and drop it in the comments if you're participating in the 90-day challenge. I would love that. But we've been participating in a 90-day challenge going into the end of the year, because when you actually look at the flows and the systems of humans, kind of what we go through, right? Everybody kind of towards the end of the year, we slack off a little bit. We got a lot of holidays, a lot of distractions. We get out of routine, eat things maybe we shouldn't eat, so on and so forth, right? We do all these things a little bit differently the last 90 days of the year. And then we go into the new year and everybody's got a new year resolution and how they're going to crush it in 2026 and so on and so forth. But you're really kind of setting yourself up for failure. Scott Simon's back in Virginia. What's up, man? Mike Larkin, great to see you. Mary Lynn, Pastor Jeff. But you're really setting yourself up for failure, right? Because you're like, okay, I'm going to get off routine, not do the things that I know I'm supposed to do. And then January 1st, all of a sudden, I'm going to turn it on and I'm just going to crush it in 2026. No. The head start, the right play, the smart play is to activate something new in you now, do it for the next 90 days, and boom, now you're unrecognizable going into 2026. You're giving yourself some healthy momentum. So we launched a 90-day challenge. We're our 4th day in. It's been so fascinating. There's officially now 239 people that have joined the challenge, which has been amazing. And hearing back from you all, the things that you're working on, the things that you're trying to change in your life, so on and so forth, has been impactful for me. But there's also some rhythms and some patterns that I'm seeing in there that we're going to touch on a little bit today that have been a little bit eye-opening for me, to be honest. Ways that I can better serve myself and ways that I can better serve you. We'll go into that a bit here in a bit. But I hope you had a great weekend. Our weekend was filled with family. There was all kinds of family. Yeah, I feel you, girl. I feel you. Our weekend was filled with family on Friday night. So part of my 90-day challenge, not part of, but the 90-day challenge to looking and feeling unrecognizable for me, God put it on my heart that I needed to actually put God and family first, right? Not just say it, but actually live it out, right? They say you can learn a lot about a man by looking at his calendar. Well, if you looked at my calendar would be filled with meetings, appointments, flights, hotels, events, live Q&A sessions, building out training models, My calendar is filled with all that, but guess what's not on my calendar? My kids. Guess what's not on my calendar? My wife. Guess what wasn't on my calendar, I should say. My kids, my wife, what wasn't on my calendar? My time with God, it wasn't on my calendar. Like, yeah, we went to church on Sundays, but that was it. And so for me, the one thing to do daily was to add time for God into every single day and to add time for my family and for my kids every single day. To start saying yes to doing the things they want to do, not necessarily the things I want to do. To being more intentional about that time. Not just being in the same room, but actually like, what is it they want to do, whether I want to do it or not, which we'll get into that. But that's what God put on my heart. And so that's what I've been doing for the 90-day challenge for the first 3 days is I have made sure to put intentional time on my calendar for God and intentional time on my calendar with my kids. So this weekend was filled with family, which was amazing. It was filled with birthday parties. We had some birthday parties over the weekend. A couple of the kids had birthday parties that they had to go to. And then we actually had a birthday party at our house where we celebrated she's my brother-in-law's wife. So does that make her my sister-in-law? I guess it does. I'm not sure. But it was filled with family. It was filled with birthday parties. It was also filled with pumpkin patch. We went out to the pumpkin patch this weekend, which was really nice. There's a Stepping Stones pumpkin patch in Paris, Kentucky. For those of you that are local here in Kentucky, the Stepping Stone pumpkin patch, it's great and way less expensive than Evans Orchard. Evans Orchard is kind of like the Disneyland of pumpkin patches. So if you want the Disneyland experience, you need to go there. But if you just want to go out and play on some slides and pick some great pumpkins and have a great time, you can go to Stepping Stone Farms right there in Paris, Kentucky. So we did that. There was also some sports and stuff happening this weekend. I passed a football around. Fisher wanted to pass a football. And I was like, cool, let's do it, bro. So we went outside. We were passing the football. Meredith came out to pass the football. Caroline came out to pass the football. Oakland came out to pass the football. Joel came out to pass the football. Isaac came out to pass the football. So I was standing in the middle with 2 footballs playing football with 6 kids. With 6 kids. But I thought it was amazing, right? It's like, oh, okay, just by saying, yes, Fisher, let's go throw the football, all the other kids started being attracted to it. And instead of off fighting or running around or whatever, they were doing the thing. It was amazing. Also, we played a little bit of pickleball. My son and I played pickleball Saturday morning. My mom's going to watch this later. I don't think she wants to get up that early. But apparently at Shiloh Park, I went out to Shiloh Park at 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturday after my son did some soccer drills, something him and I have been getting up early, and he has been doing soccer drills at 7:30. But we went out to Shiloh Park for pickleball, and bro, they have 20 courts. All 20 courts were full of foursomes with people waiting to jump in. I mean, it was crazy. There had to be 180 people out there. There had to be 180 people out there. People coming and going, and it was all ages. There was an 11-year-old. She was out there getting it, like crushing folks on the court. My son and I, we got beat by a 75-year-old and a 69-year-old. They showed us what was up. And my son is 13 and I'm 47. So I love that pickleball is like this game that anybody can play. I mean, there were 80-plus-year-old people out there playing football or playing pickleball, which was amazing, all the way down to 11-year-old kids. It was super, 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 super fun. I also went and checked in on our racehorse. So Scott Simons and I partnered up and bought a racehorse that is now named 800%. So I went and checked on 800%. He's been doing some training and stuff, which has been awesome. I also played Uno with my kids this weekend, which I realized I've played Uno with my kids maybe 3 times in my whole life. I played Uno with my kids. It was the longest game of Uno ever. Like, by far the longest game of Uno ever. And then there was, just moments like this where my daughter's playing basketball or throwing basketball and just being a kid out at the pumpkin patch, which was awesome. And in between, there was a little bit of NFL football that I got to watch. There was a little bit of that in between all of this other stuff. We had church on Sunday, which was amazing. But my weekend was filled with memories. Some lasting memories, some fleeting memories. There was laughter. Some of the laughter was like spiritual, real life, organic laughter. Some of the laughter was, forced. I did a lot of things with the kids this weekend that aren't necessarily the things I love to do. But there were so many little micro moments in between this weekend. And if I'm honest with you, there were also moments of anger. There were moments of frustration. We were trying to fix my wife's oven, took the whole thing apart. ChatGPT lied to me. That was frustrating. We weren't able to get it fixed. There were some meltdown moments with the kids. There were slammed doors. There were, screaming, shouting. There was those moments. There was deep breath moments. There was one moment where I got in the van and I literally was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, bro. Whose idea was it to have all of these kids, bro? Like we had Caroline was screaming. The baby was screaming. Willow and Meredith were fighting. Joel was picking. It was all happening at the same time. And I was just like, okay, I have to take a deep breath because I am about to lose my ever-loving mind. Like it was full on close my eyes while everyone's screaming around me. And I'm just like literally had to take deep breaths. There were boo-boos this weekend. There were letdowns, slammed doors, hitting, kicking. There were fevers. There were stomach aches. there were moments where every one of the deadly sins showed up in some way, shape, or form, right? Everything from jealousy to envy to greed to sloth to pride to lust to wrath, gluttony. Like, it all showed up. Like, this weekend was, the best way to describe this weekend for me was all of the above. It was all of the above. And as the seasons change, right? As the seasons change and the leaves start to fall from the trees, I say that we take off our masks this week and let's get out from behind our perfectly created social media facades and let's dig into the fall. That's what God really put on my heart this morning, because I can post all these pictures, bro. I can post the pictures of the sand and the bouncing on the house and the kids smiling on the swings and the boyfriends and the girlfriends that came and hung out with us this weekend, and Meredith filling her shirt with corn so that she feels fat and us laughing about it, and the kids sliding down the slides, and Savannah, with this amazing pose playing basketball, and Joel out here posing, on the soccer field as he crushed it that morning. And I can show you pictures of the thoroughbred racehorse and the whole family smiling as we're at the Stepping Stone Farms. I can show you the pictures of Willow giggling with her pumpkin that she picked up, and Jillian getting her gift and being happy, and the kids all in our bed smiling. I can show you these pictures, and I will show you these pictures, and every single one of these moments was a micro moment that I will treasure for the rest of my life. However, if all we do is talk about the social media facades, if all we do is show the pictures of all the good and positive things, but we leave out the gluttony, we leave out the sloth, we leave out the jealousy, we leave out the envy, we leave out the pride, we leave out the frustrating moments, we're missing out on half or more of what makes us human. You see, there's a reason for the seasons, right? There's a purpose. There's a reality. There's divine intention behind our seemingly weakest or most embarrassing moments. The weak moments where we lose our stuff, the weak moments where we have to take deep breaths, right? There's a reason for that. There's a reason behind these moments. There's a quote that you guys have heard before that says, "Pride cometh before the fall." I want you to really analyze those words. Pride cometh before the fall. We're in the fall right now, right? Or we're headed into the fall. So yes, indeed. But here's what's interesting. If you actually look up the Bible verse that we've all heard before of pride cometh before the fall, if you actually look it up, that's not what it says. It says pride goeth before destruction. And in haughty spirit before a fall. Pride goeth before destruction. See, this is an important word because that's the whole point of what we're going to talk about this week. Because, see, that's the point that's missing. It's what a lot of people missed is pride coming before the fall. That just sounds like, oh, well, we trip, we fall, no big deal. We get back up, we shake ourselves off. No. Pride coming before destruction. It's much more powerful, gives it much more context. It's much richer. It's much more deep. And here's the point. When it's not the point that it says destruction versus missing. That's not what I'm trying to say. The point is sometimes destruction is required in order to build something new. You see it with the forest fires we talked about last week in the California Dreaming episodes. Those forest fires will clear the way, clear the brush so something new can grow in its place. When you look at, buildings, especially like in Vegas, right? In Vegas, they're always taking out buildings so that they can create new room for new ones. You see, destruction is required in order to build something new in many cases. And so if you want to look at that a little more directly at the human experience, right? You see, too often I'm learning, and this is really, 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 really poignant. This has really showed up for me a lot lately, and in this 90-day challenge, I'm seeing it in a lot of you. My name is Glenn, and I'm your friend, so don't get mad when I tell you the truth, but too often what I am learning and have been experiencing is that we are human beings. We desire the resurrection moments of life. Right? We desire the big win. We desire the finish line. We desire the big job that's going to pay all the money. We desire the lottery ticket that's going to change everything. We desire the skinniness, the fitness that we're going to feel later after we diet or after we go through the 90-day whatever of working out every single day. Like we have the desire for the resurrection moment, the now I'm something new moment. But yet though we all have this desire for the resurrection moment, what I'm finding is most are not willing to go to the cross to get it. And here's what I mean by that. You see, Jesus was in excruciating pain, was completely overwhelmed to the point where he screamed out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" You see, Jesus had to fall to his knees before he ever rose up to be the king. You see, the fall is unavoidable. No matter how much we try to avoid it, the fall is unavoidable. What comes after summer? The fall. How often does that happen? Always. Every single time. Yet some of you right now here in this room, my friends, and again, I'm telling you, my name is Glenn and I am your friend. Some of you are trying to avoid the fall. Some of you want the resurrection moment without going to the cross. You want the finish line moment without dealing with the pain, without dealing with the lashings, without dealing with the blood, without dealing with the ridicule, without dealing with the stress and the weight and the achiness and the soreness. You want to rise into something new. You want to change and become something new, but you don't want to embrace the fall. So this week we're going to dive into that. This week, we're going to dive into the fall. And hopefully by the end of the week, we can all understand that if Jesus couldn't get out easy, neither can you and I. On that note, for those of you that know, those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you, yes, you, to hit that share button. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching on live or you're watching on replay, say what's up and I'll say what's up back. 99% of our viewers watch on replay. So jump in, drop a comment, let me know you stopped by. All right. Good morning. Kimberly Hatfield. Great to see you, Kimberly. Thanks for being here. Trisha Rue is in the building. Thanks for being here, Trisha Rue. Mr. Scott Simons, great to have you back on this side of the pond. And yes, thank you for sharing things vulnerably on social media. Michelle Gravely, thank you for being here this morning. Renee Hayes is in the building. Thanks for being here, Renee. Trisha Rue. What's up, Trisha Rue? How are you? Gail Dopp is in the building. How you doing, Gail? Don Sankey, my guy. What's up, Don Sankey? Great to see you. Tasha Diane Rollins, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate that. Tasha says, so needed this in this exact moment. Thank you, friend. You're welcome. God has amazing plans for you. I promise you that. Marilyn Wilkin, I can finally get back in the chat. I'm just telling you, I can relate. That's right. Young Johnson, thanks for being here. Charlene Honey, thank you for being here this morning. Spencer Nicholson, what's up, Spencer? Thanks for being here, man. Pastor Jeff Moffitt is in the building. What's up, Pastor Jeff? Great to see you. Who else we got here? We got Tosh Queen is up in here. How you doing, Tosh Queen? Rodney Rock Hatfield is in the building. Robin Price is in the building. Liza Myers Borch is out there running and dancing in the street. I love it. Denny Rust is in the building. William Bush is in the building. Mike Larkin is in the building. Wendy Reeves is in the building. Let's go. Jackie Burke is in the building. Jeremy Nolling, there he is. Let's go. My guy Jeremy Nolling is in the building. Great to see you, Jeremy. Jody Tibbs is in the building. Tony Thorstad is in the building. Samantha Starr Baker is in the building. Amy Sizemore is in the building. Paul Brindley, what's up, Paul Brindley? William Bush, oh my gosh. Packed house today. Packed house today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Before we continue, which this is going to be a series all week, so I'll cut it a little short today, and we're going to dive into the fall all week. But before we continue, I do need to remind you, we've got Morning 5 planners that'll be coming out Black Friday. Those Morning 5 planners are our game changer. It's a place for you to write down your gratitude, write down your goals, so on and so forth. But one of the coolest parts about our Morning 5 planners, one of the coolest parts is that every single day in the planner, there is a quote that is submitted by actual members of this community that gets printed and goes out all around the world. We collect those quotes from you. So if you have not submitted your favorite quote to us yet, would you please go to glennlundy.com/quotes. That's glennlundy.com/quotes and submit your favorite Bible verse, your favorite quote. It may just get printed in the book and go out around the world. Also, if you missed it, we are in the middle of a 90-day #unrecognizable challenge. What we're doing is we're picking one thing to add or remove from our lives. We're doing it every day for 90 days. We're reflecting on it daily. We are sharing weekly on our social media every Sunday, or we might move that to Monday, and then monthly milestones. If you want to be a part of that, text the word 90 days, no space. Do not put a space in there. Text the code 90 days to 859-208-2351, 859-208-2351. And I will be sending you daily messages of accountability and encouragement. We're doing this all together, okay? So make sure you join. Look, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut it right here because we're right at 6 a.m. already. We're 30 minutes in. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. But I want you to start thinking about, because to me it's super powerful, right? I want you to start thinking about how we all desire the resurrection, the new moment, the winning, the achieving, the ascending, the rising. But yet we're all trying to avoid the fall. We're trying to avoid the fall. And I'm just here to tell you, man, these moments over this, like I'll give you an example. Dude, Uno with my kids, bro. Oh, like started off super fun, then it went forever. The game was about to be over, and then one of my kids like told the other kid what I had in my hand, so he didn't play that. So then I had to draw. Next thing you know, another hour and a half of Uno, right? And dude, I work and I travel and I do all of these things. And I was like, yo, what's up, Jessica Rice? Thanks for being here. I was like, yo, dude, there are, like, it was a little bit excruciating, right? Like, there are a bazillion other things I'd rather be doing. And I think the game went so long, the kids were excruciated too. They were like, But they were freaking out because Dad was actually sitting down playing a game with them. And I don't normally do that. And so, like, it was hard. These last 3 days, these first 3 days of the hashtag unrecognizable challenge, they're hard. Joel has been running with me. He didn't want to get up yesterday morning. He was like, nah, bro, it's Sunday. I'm out. I don't want to do it. And I'm like, yo, you know, it's something we're doing together. Come on, let's go. We just got to get started. He's like, nah, bro, not happening. Right? Like, making some of the choices that I made this weekend were not choices that I would normally make. And my guess is for some of you that are doing your 90-day challenge, it's been challenging for you too in some way. But listen, like, that's the path. Like, there's no spring without fall and winter, right? There's no, all these happy moments that we get to do as a family, all these moments where we're out picking pumpkins and celebrating birthday parties and catching sunrises. Like, none of these moments can happen if we don't have the frustration in between, the anger moments, the deep breath moments. Like, it's all synonymous. It's all together. So the main takeaway for you today, and then we'll dive in this week, is let's not avoid the cross if we have a desire, if we have a desire to rise. And I'm not saying this from like a religious standpoint. I'm saying it from a metaphorical standpoint, right? Let's not avoid the pain, the whips, the lashings. Let's not avoid the ridicule. Let's not avoid to look foolish. Let's not avoid all of these things and yet have a desire for more. Let's not quit because day 3 of the hashtag unrecognizable challenge, we failed or we fell off. Let's not jump in because we feel like we didn't do great, you know, the first day or the second day, or we're not feeling good about it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, the fall is part of the process. That's it. The fall is part of the process. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We'll do it all over again right here on hashtag Rise and Grind. Have a great day. Peace.
It's 5:30 a.m. and the world's awake. Glenn Lundy in the house, no time to break. Husband to 1, father to 9. This is the anthem, this is the grind. That's more. Rise and grind every single day. 5:30 in the morning, Glenn's leading the way. Husband to 1, father to 9. Host of the show, man, it's time to shine. Rise and grind, keep the fire alive. Motivation daily, we all gon' thrive. From the stage to the mic, he's one of a kind. This is the anthem, rise and grind. Before the sunrise, he's sparking the flame. Millions inspired, remember the name. Faith, family, future. He's leading with love, dropping daily wisdom that comes from above. Early morning